Hi everybody, Tom Brown here, another episode of Gates of Graceland. I'm in the Archives Experience, part of the new Elvis Presley's Memphis display and complex here at Graceland. We're going to find out a little bit about that, and we're also going to experience a little bit of the Archives Experience, and who better to do that than Angie Marchese. Angie, hello and welcome.
Welcome to the Archives Experience.
Good to see you. I love what you've done with the place.
Isn't it amazing?
It is absolutely amazing.
This really has to be one of my favorite exhibits because it gives you a look inside our world.
Yeah.
Inside what we do, inside
Right.
how things are stored. And it really gives our guests a chance to kind of explore the exhibit on their own and discover things in the archives that they didn't even know probably existed.
Right, and this is just a small part of Elvis Presley's Memphis. I mean, tell us about what everything is here, what we can find when we come here.
Oh, in Elvis Presley's Memphis, we have everything from Elvis on the big screen in the soundstage. We have a 20,000 square foot entertainer exhibition where we have jumpsuits and gold records and much more there. Presley Motors, where we have Elvis cars on display. We have an Army exhibit. We've got a Sam Phillips exhibit. We've got an exhibit about the history of country music. And now we're here in the Archives Experience. So you really get a full circle of everything we have in the collection, and you get lots of aspects of Elvis's life here at Elvis Presley's Memphis.
And so many things that you had sitting on the shelf in your archives that you've brought over to the experience. So what can we see here that you've always wanted to show us but you've never been able to?
The best part about this experience is that the shelving units you see literally are from the archives. We literally took them from our storage facility, brought them over here. So all of these boxes that you see are still full of actual things from the collection, cataloged to these shelves in our database. And what we were able to do here, as you can see, is that we took some stuff and put it out on display. So a little bit of everything is over here. Everything from Elvis's Coke machine that used to be in the trophy building, to the TV he shot in Palm Springs, to his Bart Starr Green Bay Packers helmet, and lots of musical equipment, which has been stored in the warehouse forever. Part of our goal of the archives is not only displaying items, but it's also restoring items. And so we've had lots of amps and things that have recently been worked on, and they're fully restored now, and now they're on display here in the Archives exhibit.
Great. Let's take a look at one. What do you got?
So this is probably one of my favorite pieces, and it's this amp from Germany. And when was Elvis in Germany?
Yes.
When he was in the Army.
Right, and everything, all the dials are in German.
Everything's in German, everything, and it's really an amazing piece of equipment. I mean, can you imagine Elvis sitting around the house, plugging in and just strumming?
Yeah, we might have heard some of those tapes that were made on that machine.
Yeah, so this was something literally, it was stored in the back of the warehouse, and as we were going through things, we pulled it out. I said, oh, I have this, and the music restoration guy goes, do you know where that is and what's that from? I said, well, I know that it's German. And so he was really impressed with not the only amount of stuff we had, but the caliber of stuff that we had sitting in our warehouse.
And you have technicians that know how to work on this equipment?
Yes, there's a few conservationists that I know that were able to bring all of this equipment back to life. So if you want to plug in, we'll have to take the plexi down.
That's what fascinates me about what you do. It's not just about putting it out, it's about making it come back to life.
Yes, restoring it as a piece of equipment and keeping it for what it really is.
Now this looks very familiar to us children of the 60s. All of us
RCA
had
Victor.
all in, this was our boombox in the day with a turntable and giant speaker.
And not only that, you plug in that microphone and it is a version of what we now know as a karaoke machine.
Oh, so you play the record?
Play the record.
And sing along with the record?
And sing into the microphone.
Okay.
Yes.
I bet Elvis's record sounded better than mine would have if he did that, but I can see that.
So Elvis was a first-gen karaoke guy.
Right.
RCA Victor. And then, of course, we have a Fender amp. I mean, this other piece here that everyone has fallen in love with, and you'll recognize it immediately. And you'll be surprised Elvis had one. And this is a Fender Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I mean, every musician.
That's such a sound of rock and roll.
It really is.
Fender Rhodes.
The Fender Rhodes. And of course, the King of Rock and Roll had one in his collection.
Yeah, and you could plug it up right now.
I could plug it up right now and play it.
Wow. And then
fully restored.
And the turntable.
Yes. Again, Elvis doesn't have any pennies on his.
Yeah, we have to do that. Skips, you put a penny on top. Yep.
So this just gives you a look into some of the musical equipment that we've never been able to display before because where in the story do they really fit?
Right, right.
They fit here in the archives because they're part of the collection.
Now you've got Presley Motors as a part of the Elvis Presley's Memphis.
Yes.
But you've also got in the archives experience, I see a vehicle sitting over there.
Yes, this.
We should go look at that vehicle.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Too many vehicles for one building. You have to expand it out. It's just amazing.
Yes, this actually, it was kind of a decision to put it here so we could really tell the story about restoration work. Because we had the Mercedes restored and we have that on display in Presley Motors.
Right.
This is a 1974 Scout 2. Elvis bought it literally around the corner from Graceland at a dealership that's still there today at the corner of Brooks and Mill Branch.
Yep.
And it was used basically by the guys on property, you know, the carpenters and the security guys and the maintenance guys and stuff like that. It was actually used all the way through the time when Graceland opened for tours.
Oh, wow.
And stuff like that. And then it's been in the warehouse and it was in bad need of restoration work. So we've had this car completely restored. From paint job to tires, everything completely restored to the way it was when Elvis bought it in 1974.
So, and if you look inside, and you can see inside here, it's very basic.
Very simple.
Metal, no lining, no vinyl, no leather.
No nothing.
It's just kind of basic.
And it's kind of a cross between what an SUV is now and what a truck was then, and you know, just
And not being a car guy, I don't know that I was aware, maybe I was at the time, that International Harvester had an automobile division.
I know, I didn't.
You know, but you're right, it's really kind of that crossover from the 70s.
Yes, it's a cross vehicle. And
Yeah.
it's, I mean, because you can load it up with your gardening materials here in the back, or you can, you know, put 5 or 6 people in it and drive around town.
I remember on a previous episode you told us that sometimes Elvis would get in old pickups and things on property because you'd never expect Elvis to be in an old pickup, even though he owned, you know, Stutz's and all those kind. And sometimes he would go out and just wander the countryside driving in the. Do we know if in fact Elvis might have been
He
in this?
might have. This might have been in one of those cars that you wouldn't even pay attention to driving down the streets of streets of Memphis or out of the gates of Graceland.
Yeah.
But yeah, could have been.
Well, it's great that, like you said, the restoration you're doing and to have it here in the archives experience, it's at the right place.
Yes, it tells its whole complete story.
So much to do here, and you can just, when you come here and all the different museums and exhibits, it's just, you wander around. There's really no order, no correct way to see things. You just kind of...
You get to create your own experience.
Yeah.
And then the next time you come back, you could do something totally different.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of things to see, plenty of ways to experience Elvis Presley's Memphis.
And I've been here with you a couple of hours, and I've already been lost 3 times. So it's a great experience to be lost.
Let's go for 4?
It's a great experience to be lost in Elvis's world. I'm going to probably go for 4 before the end of the day. Everybody, thank you for watching this episode of Gates of Graceland. Please come experience the archive experience.
At Elvis Presley's Memphis.
And you'll probably see Angie around somewhere. And are you selling white gloves? We need white gloves.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll work on that.
We'll work on that.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.